publication of again, this is called The Economist. Now, I'm going to pull this up here so we can look at this together. You're going to see this on your screen, and I want you to see the visual of this. Now, keep in mind, this is like the crystal ball, if you would, of the elites. This is what they perceive and what they see coming in the year ahead. And they do this every single year. Take a really close look at what you're looking at here. Notice here all of these symbols of war. You've got tanks, you've got rockets, you've got missiles. You can see the AI robots involved. If you look carefully, you'll even see syringes. What is that? Is that pertaining to vaccines? Is there a pandemic coming? You see, all through this, you see these indications of, and look at the fist up here at the top with the handcuffs on it. You see all these indicators of civil unrest, distress of nations, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, plagues, wars, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Look, and if you look at the very center of this, you got the two swords crossing each other. So there's a lot of stuff here that these, again, as we said, these economists and these elites, they all know, they all perceive and they know what is coming ahead, because a lot of this is manipulated in order to bring about a collaborated effort to further their agenda. The Economist has been around since 1843, but it has never had a very large readership among the general population. Ultimately, it is a publication by the elite and for the elite. Let me say that again. This publication is typically by the elite and for the elite. According to Wikipedia, it has editorial offices across the planet, but is primarily based in the city of London. Many of the wealthiest families in Europe are among the shareholders of the company. Among them is Sir Evelyn Robert D. Rothschild. You ever heard of the Rothschilds? Was actually the chairman from the early 1970s to the late 1980s. Again, I'll pull this back up here. When you look at this, when you look at the cover of this, there's things that stand out. For example, you see Zelensky is clearly visible in the upper right-hand portion of the cover. You can also see President Xi, you see Vladimir Putin, and you see Benjamin Netanyahu appear to be depicted on the left-hand portion of the cover. And just like last year, Donald Trump is right in the center. All this consequently, as this past Monday, Trump refused to rule out any possibility of sending U.S. ground troops into Venezuela. Quote, ask if he would rule out U.S. troops on the ground in Venezuela.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. All right, the name of this lesson is The Goal of the Elites, to be in 2026. All right, and as you see here, okay, this is what they want to achieve. All right, okay, as you see here in this, the Economist magazine or whatnot, it have is a different series of events what going on, what they want to achieve in 2026. All right, you see, you can see it's a guy here with kicking it like a football. All right, so this is what they want. And the elites is the ones who not seen, the ones who behind the scenes, who ruling behind the scenes, okay, the the top, okay, the the head tribe of Esau Edom, Amalek. All right, okay, this is what they want to achieve, and usually when you're looking for a goal, in football, you're gonna take that hard shot, you're gonna shoot it off, make sure you're getting a goal. And this is what they want. This is their goal. Cause all this war and whatnot. And also, and also to come down with the main goal, which is the MOTB. Alright, so let's get a precept here. This precept here, Revelation 12:12. We always just bring out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Alright, the heavens is come like, that's Esau. This here is Esau heaven, his rulership. He in his rulership right now. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Alright, this is the elite rulership. They're ruling. The people of the sea, the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, that's the people of the world. So they come down with great wrath, okay, because they know they have a short time. The time limit almost up. It almost up. Alright. And this is what the main goal is to achieve that MOTB, the RFID micro C hip, that potato chip. Alright. Okay. So let's just get something here. I have a clear picture of that same right here. Okay, as you can see, this is the clear. I have a more clear picture. Where you can see of the Economist magazine. And you see a guy kicking it like a football. So that's like the goal. This is all the goals there. You can see tanks, the war tanks. Robots. Look like the red kind of people. Like them as robots carrying off boxes, syringes. All this stuff. See DJ Trump in the middle. You see like a brain connected to the video console. So probably that's virtual reality. All this stuff they want to bring. Okay. Missiles, all this stuff. Okay. This is what they want to rule out. Okay, as you see here. Okay, so let's look up the meaning of the swords clashing. Okay, let's get it in Google here. Okay, what is the symbol of swords clashing? Clashing means. Alright, this is the AI overview here. It says the symbol of swords clashing or crossed primarily means conflict, battle, or contest. Alright, this is what they want to bring. War and whatnot. Alright, let's see here. Don't know. So you see here, that's probably, I don't know if you could look up that word conflict. Let's see. Conflict. It's like here, conflict. Meaning.
Conflict.
A serious disagreement or argument, typical protracting one. Alright, so is war gonna happen? All this stuff gonna come. Okay, and this here is the predictions, their predictions, the elite predictions for 2026, which they, using their witchcraft and all the left hand stuff, to see into the future, Okay, so, real stuff about to pop off, One, not. Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's get Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 3. It says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives," which is Yahushua, "the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." That we see in the same magazine. That's what they want to bring. Okay? "See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places." All right, this is what they want to bring. Okay, you see this stuff in the same Economist magazine. All right. Okay, and the more this devil pushing this stuff, want to bring the new world order, World War III, the MOTB, which the MOTB had to come out first before World War III. So all this stuff, just bringing the end, the end coming closer and closer. Okay, let's jump down. Let's read let's jump down to verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be." All right, as you see there, that's what coming. Serious times. Okay, dangerous times. All right, stuff is about to pop off. Let's get this. Slovakia. This is 1 Timothy chapter 3. Actually, Slovakia is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." All right, perilous times, dangerous times. You see, they have difficult times will come. That will come in. Serious times. Okay, let's see that in the GNT. Slovakia, GNT here. Let's see, NLT. The 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 in the NLT. So yeah, just say, "Remember that there will be difficult times in the last days." Okay, so you see, serious times coming. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. Verse 26. It says, "Men's heart, feeling them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." It's gonna be a fearful time. Okay, even the elites, this 1%, they're gonna be in fear too, because of the stuff what's coming on this earth. Okay. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. Okay, let's always just do this. Slack here. Don't know why you're not popping up. There's 16 and 17. Slack here. Let me just do this here. Yeah. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. It says, Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. The same thing, you know, pestilence, plague, all these things come in, as you guys see, you know. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. Okay, them gonna stand in fear too, because, you know, AI and whatnot, it won't be in their control anymore. Okay, so them will be hiding in the bunkers, right? You know, and just leaving to the people of the earth, leaving those things to the people of the earth, you know. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay, this is what gonna come. Okay, let's see here, this is gonna come, you know. So, you know, trust in the Lord, you know, cleave to him, because he's the one you're gonna take you through these stuff. All right. Okay, so I hope this lesson was edifying. You know, okay, you know, serious times are coming. All right, so I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Wa Abad Babal Shalom.